City, it's the Wendy Williams Show.
How you doing? The kids have come to play today. You won't believe what I'm about to tell you. With all due respect, have several seats. My girls are always turned out. I give it to you straight, no chaser.
Now, here's Wendy.
Hello, beautiful. Yes. This is how you do it. Thank you for watching our show, and say hello to my partners in crime. Thank you. Great, let's get started. It's time for Hot Topics. When you get your talk show, you're gonna figure it out. It's such a head trip. Like, you come out, people are jumping. People come from right around the corner or across from other countries. Right? Oh, okay. There are other country people here, see? Anyway, hi. Thank you for being here today. So last night was the season finale of American Idol. Begins, the season's about to end. So last night was the premiere. And it's part of my favorite part when they have those auditions with some people who can sing and others who can't. But it's really entertaining. And Jennifer Lopez had on a really cute black and white polka dot blouse. Yeah, okay. Oh, I thought it was polka dot. Apparently it's not. After 6 o'clock, my eyes go blurry. Anyway, and then Keith Urban and Harry Connick Jr., they're all back as judges, and everyone's talking about Clay Aikens, though. Well, did you watch? Okay, clap if you watched, don't lie. All three of you. Well, this might be why it's the last season, because we used to do Idol updates here on the show, and everybody in the audience watched. Anyway, okay, so Clay, bashed the show and the judges. He was watching from home. Okay, what they did was they taped him to be part of the show, but they taped him a long time ago. And so he was back in the Carolinas where he lives, watching and being catty. Well, this is what he said. Watching American Idol for the first time in a decade. You never know what you've got till it's gone. It's very clear now that Simon Cowell was the reason American Idol was a hit. I've watched root canals more entertaining than these judges. Well, Clay, I smell a bitter Betty. And I mean, Clay's been on our show before and he was wonderful and lovely, but I have to call it the way I see it. Okay, Clay, so you have a marginal music career now where I know your music... His music is available on his website. You could do that. You know what I mean? He's no Neil Patrick Harris. It's not like he's tap dancing on Broadway and, doing stuff. And well, I'm just calling it the way I see it. I think that's why you guys tune in, don't you? All right. But also, you know, he wanted to be senator in one of the Carolinas, I forget which, North Carolina, and he didn't win the senator thing, but he does have a beautiful baby with David Foster, you know, the wealthy guy from The Housewives, David Foster's sister, and her name is Jamie Foster Levy or something or another. Anyway, he's getting, what we say, $15,000 a month in child, was that Clay? Well, okay, well, whatever. Anyway, jackpot for having a baby with a wealthy woman, because that, at least that'll keep your rent paid. But you know, Clay, don't bite the hand that feeds you. You know, we only know you from American Idol and then you've moved on. And no, Harry Connick and Jennifer Lopez and Keith Urban, they might not be as spicy as Paula and Simon and Randy, but you know, don't act like that, Clay. Wrong. Attention all Girl Scouts. Well, no. Were you a Girl Scout? On my honor. Do you remember? To live by the Girl Scout law. Anyway, today is the first day of Girl Scout cookie sales. Okay. You know, I'm old school. I'd prefer my doorbell to ring with the Girl Scouts than go online to buy them. Now, the Girl Scouts are now fancy, so you can go online to buy the cookies, but I like the old-fashioned way. And I also love the Thin Mints and the Samoans. Right? Random thought. Anyway, Donald Trump is in another feud. This time it's with Samuel L. Jackson. Yes, it's time for Celebrity Twitter War. Hit it. Oh, this was a big situation this morning in our meeting. Okay, so the feud, I'm sorry, juice mouth. The feud started when Samuel was doing an interview and I guess asked something about Trump, and Samuel said that Donald cheats when they played golf together. And so no. Here's what Donald said back. I don't know Samuel L. Jackson. To the best of my knowledge, I haven't played golf with him and think he does too many commercials. Boring, not a fan. Here's my thought. This is not very presidential, but it's hella entertaining. So Samuel fired back. And here's what he said. And look, he's got receipts. No, real receipts. No. Here, that's the receipt, okay? A bill from the guy that doesn't know me and never golfed with me. I'm gonna block his ass too. Now, apparently, I saw, on the receipt that they played golf in July of 2015. And then all of a sudden, listen, out of nowhere, Anthony Anderson, the dad from Blackish, got involved. So Anthony said that they all golfed together. And by the way, he says that they ate shrimp and hot dogs. really good meatless hot dogs. You know, I don't eat the meat anymore. What do you like on your hot dog? Like me, relish, spicy mustard, sauerkraut, and every once in a while, but only if I'm in my house where I have a lot of napkins, I like the chili. I've always thought of ketchup on a hot dog as something that people under 10 years old do. You know what I mean? Like after you get 10, then you elevate. Anyway, the ultimate shade is acting like you don't know someone, in my opinion. I've been practicing this for years. Oh yes. Oh yes. You ask me about somebody who I don't care for, I will say who? That's me. Who? Because acting like somebody doesn't exist is worse than disrespecting them and calling them out of their name or saying that their mom wears combat boots. It's the worst. And, you know, somebody mentioned in the morning meeting, you know, well, maybe he got, you know, Samuel mixed up with someone else. I said, no. Whoa. First of all, you don't get Samuel L. Jackson mixed up with anyone, okay? He's the Capital One guy, isn't he? Okay.
What's in your wallet?
But you don't get, like I've never met him in my, hi, Jackson. But you don't get him mixed up with anyone. This is Donald being shady and childish and not presidential. But I have to tell you something. His polling ratings are up 38% as of this morning. So this could be your next president. I mean, if he's gonna act childish about Samuel L. Jackson and golf, imagine how his hand will hover over that red button. You know that red button where when the president presses it, you know, it goes down? Anyway, let's move along. Okay. The other day, we were talking about Madonna and her 15-year-old son, Rocco, and how Rocco has not returned to Madonna's, you know, keep. He's been in London with his dad. And Madonna and Guy Ritchie are no longer married, but reportedly this is why the boy left. Now see. Reportedly, she took away his cell phone because it was interfering with his studies. As well she should. I mean, but at what point does a 15-year-old escape? Now see, this is the did the boy call the Uber to take him to JFK Airport? And then he probably has a credit card, so he bought his own plane ticket at the last minute and flew to his father. See, too much freedom. And all of us, all of our kids, I think, have too much freedom. All of us, whether you're on Main Street or whether you're Madonna or someplace in between. You know, these kids, and a lot of you, not me, you're addicted to your phones. And it's making us all really stupid. I used to be a good speller, and now all I know is like LOL. You know, when I text somebody with a morning conversation, it's always G morning. And not the whole, you know, thing. It's like weird. My father, good morning, Daddy. My father is my spell check. Like I'll call my father, like, Daddy, how do you spell, you know, the dictionary's over there. Just, how do you spell, what? Listen, we took, and will continue to, if need be, we take Kevin's iPhone and keep it away from him, and then realize that, okay, these days, I guess these kids, based on all the mess that goes on at schools, they need some sort of device. Now, mind you, Madonna didn't give Lourdes a cell phone until Lourdes, her daughter, was 15. I think that's way too old. Like, I think that the perfect age for a cell phone is 8. Yes, Only because so much stuff goes on at the movie theaters and in schools. You don't have to give them a fancy device, but like even with the boy, when I took his cell phone away, he didn't have it for like 2 weeks, and I kind of felt bad for him, but I let the school know, okay, he's got no cell phone, so he'll be coming in there to use the phone if he needs to talk to me. But then I did replace it. You know what I replaced it with? A flip phone. With no apps, no internet, no nothing. You just call me or your father or the cops. That's it. That's all you need. I mean, he's got his phone back now, but the flip phone stays in my underwear drawer because if I need to take away his device and replace it with something else, I will. And I dare him to run off to London. Anyway, here's my thing about co-parenting. In a case like this, particularly, you know, with these teenagers, like, the one thing kids need to see, whether you're in the house with your man or not, is cohesiveness, you know, in terms of their punishments and their rewards and things like that. Like, Guy is the fun dad. He's the Papa don't preach. While Mom is, I guess, laying down, you know, heavy rules. So we'll be following this story. It's an interesting conversation, though, not just about Madonna and Guy Ritchie and the boy, but, you know, our own kids. And what do you do when your kids act up? Do you take their phones? Do they act out? Do they take the Uber to the airport and fly to London? Like, what? Okay, anyway. So Jason Derulo is in a new relationship, you might have heard, yes, with 50 Cent, baby's mother. Okay, her name is Daphne Joy. Sounds fun, right? Daphne Joy, she's got a 3-year-old son with 50, and 50 and she are no longer together anymore. And so here she is, at the People's Choice Awards, which were on TV last night, right? With Jason. And Jason's tight suit. You're that girl? Tight like that? Anyway, 50 is reportedly unhappy about their relationship, and guess what he did to act out? Deleted the pictures of their son on his social media. Now, I don't get that part. Like, why wouldn't you delete pictures of her if she's even there at all? But why would you take it out on your 3-year-old son, who's going to eventually find out that you are so catty that you blamed him for it? And then not only that, because social media now is like, you know, like if he's in the goober school, you know the teachers are looking on 50's social media and seeing that 50 is catty, you know, a catty dad and maybe a catty parent or whatever. I would be upset as well, though. You know, you don't want your ex to go along and get along with somebody who's also famous, because now you have to see the pictures on TMZ or whatever. 50 reportedly, allegedly, doesn't like that Jason Derulo is famous. Well, I understand that. You know, why couldn't she go, by the way, she's half Filipino and half Puerto Rican. It's a good mix. Right? Yeah, she's smoking. Anyway, you know, and Daphne is very different than Jordan Sparks, Jason Derulo's ex, in that, you know, Jordan saved her virtues for Jason, and Jordan she's a lovely girl, whereas this girl right here, I don't know her, but all I'm saying is that they're both equally beautiful, but two different kind of women. in my head. If I were 50, I would want my ex-girlfriend, baby's mother of my 3-year-old, to be involved with a hedge fund person or somebody like that, you know, a cardiologist or something like that. It gets really squarmy when celebrities bounce from one another and then you have to see the pictures in the magazines, and I'd be upset as well.